Hello my little geeks and freaks, welcome back to my book bowl challenge where I will go through a massive bowl of books and hopefully not lose my sanity in the process. I've been losing my sanity a little bit, not because of the books are amazing, I've just been a little overwhelmed. Just so many books, so quickly read. And I like reading fast, but my brain I think is starting to go on overload. I did take a little break in reading, which I'm not happy about, but yeah, I was a little overloaded and I wasn't feeling well, so I took the break. Anyway, this book review is on Shame the Devil by Sadie Hunt, which is the third book in the Blackwell Bastards trilogy. We're at the end, guys. This is it. The few complaints I'll make before giving the review. There's a plot hole in the last book about Lila's brother and schooling. There's also an issue where Lila is trying to save all these girls and figure out what happened to a specific girl that went missing on her watch. And although we see her in the last book, she's never spoken of again. I mean, she's spoken of, but like, they never really find out what happened to her after that, and it's never spoken about after that. The book ends. And my last complaint is usually every series that I've read by Sadie Hunt so far, the last book has a bonus chapter you can download. The bonus chapter kind of has like a little... It gives me so much closure and happiness, and this one didn't have it, and I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it. Usually it's in my Kindle. It'll say, oh, click here and you can download it, and this didn't have that option, and that made me very sad. And I'm wondering, is it missing? Was there never one to begin with? If there was never one to begin with, sad but fine, at least I'm not missing something. But if you have read this and there is a bonus chapter, please let me know, because I need it. I need it. Anyway, we begin this book right where we left off. Lila's panicking about Nolan, and then she's angry with Nolan. Nolan kept secrets from her, put himself in danger unnecessarily, made her feel like he didn't trust her or think she was strong enough to handle the secret. On top of that, they're all in a different country, with no way to go home because they have a bounty on their heads. And they don't really know who to trust. They reach out to some contacts. Contacts don't want to get involved because they don't want to go against them, because they are still allies, but they don't want to get involved because it could put themselves in danger. They're able to get one slightly unreliable source, but he is able to get them home. So we're good there. It's when they get back home that things get intense. Their relationship continues to grow. Yay. And it's no secret that they all care about each other. Their feelings are written on their sleeves at this point. Actually, some of them have already admitted their feelings to Lila, and yeah, and they want to keep her safe, but they know Lila won't give up. She can't. It's not in her nature. She has to do this. They return home and they prepare. They need information. They need a plan. What happens now that the event is over and they don't really know where to go from here, who to find from here, how to proceed. It's intense. Unfortunately, as they're finding information and things seem to settle, Lila gets a package. And if she wants to protect and save someone she cares about, she needs to sacrifice herself. And of course, against the wishes of and desires of her men, she decides to sacrifice herself. She'll do it. She doesn't care. She's forced to go to this place where it's kind of like a school where they train girls to be submissive. Good girls. Don't do anything wrong or you're going to get punished. You want to be bought by the proper man. You want to be bought period, so they can make their money. And you don't, want to step out of line. Mother controls the girls. She thinks that this is righteous. This is, she's religious. Everything's all about religion. But she's really just a bad person who's trying to convince herself that what she's doing is a good thing. She hurts them all in the name of religion. I'm not against religion. I am against people like this. So, horrible. I don't get how people could be like that. But that's not important right now. Lila's there to serve a purpose. She was raised by a religious fanatic mom, and she left that faith and ran away from her mom and strayed from the path, as Mother put it. And now they're using her as a symbol that you can stray from the past and still come right back. To be submissive good girls or get beaten, essentially. That's what they're going for. She's gonna be a bride. She's gonna be forced to marry the man in charge, who is the same man that they want to take down. On her wedding night, which is actually just a ceremony where she's gonna be married, but all of the people that are being forced to be good girls and boys are forced to pledge their loyalty to her and promise to be a good submissive person. All while it's being streamed live and more vile men are making bids for product. Disgusting. It's funny though. A lot of the girls do pledge their loyalty to keep themselves safe because they saw some people not pledge and didn't end up well for them. They got hurt, they were dragged out. So they decided, I'll do it just to keep safe. And Lila does not fall in line. And she makes it very known to her husband what's going to happen and how she views him and how she will not submit. This whole situation is very cultish and creepy and vile. I hate people like this. But I love Lila because she's a badass and it makes me happy. So Lila ends up giving her not husband a little present, little wedding present. And then her men save her, take out the guards, and save the captives. Unfortunately, her not husband disappears, and so does Mother, I believe. I don't think Mother was ever seen again. When they return again back to their home, they contact the police. They give testimony to the best of their ability. They even have one of the captives that Lila befriended with her so she can give her story, and it doesn't look very good for the man in charge because he's a public figure. They drop a bomb on the world. They start a social media campaign, letting everybody know the type of man this person is, because the police aren't going to release all this information, but the girls will, and the men will help. Because of the controversy for the man in charge and how this affects his political position, he goes into hiding under the radar, and the bastards and Lila prepare. They enlist the help of, he's kind of like a ghost to Blackwell Falls, but everybody knows him. He's a legend. He basically owns and runs Blackwell Falls. And they enlist him to help. He doesn't really want to help. He doesn't want to get involved, but he agrees. I will give you a warning when this man comes. And he did. He gave a warning. Unfortunately, the man in charge ends up breaking past their securities. That leaves them a little vulnerable. They don't have any power, no electricity. They're in the dark. But so is their enemy. And they know the house a lot better than their enemy knows the house. So at least they're on safe ground. He brings in some hired help to help take down the bastards and Lila once and for all. But Lila's not meek. Lila's not scared. She's not going to go around hiding. She's actually going to join her bastards, and they're going to make those men regret coming into their home. It's funny, though, when the man in charge, I really don't want to say his name, so the man in charge, when he is cornered by Rafe, he's just talking nonsense, really trying to get in Rafe's head, but nobody expects what's going to happen. I knew it was bound to happen, that he would be eliminated. How he's eliminated, very surprising, and I very much enjoyed it, and it was very satisfying. I have to say, Lila handling them breaking in and them being in the dark and her having to survive and fight for her life, she handled it really well. She was really calm, she was really confident, and she's a badass. She really does fit in with these guys. The book ended with Rafe, Nolan, and Jude doing something very sweet for Lila and her brother, but it did leave Lila to admit that she doesn't want to leave them. So while they did give this gift and she is grateful for it, intends to keep it, she doesn't want to leave them. She wants to live in the house with them, which makes them very happy, and it's a very happy ending. I enjoyed it. I really do enjoy these books. My favorite part is not even a spicy scene. It doesn't always happen that my favorite part's a spicy scene, but this one's not a spicy scene. When Lila trades her life to save someone close to her, she drops a bomb on the men, very casually, very last minute, and it's kind of badass, and it's also very much like who she is as a person, and I did enjoy that. And then she just left and she took it in stride, so that was a really good scene for me. Now, I know I always mention there's a lot of pattern in Sadie Hunt's series, and I get it because there's only so much you can really change about what's going on here, and I'm not mad about it. I will never say I don't like these books. I really love Sadie Hunt's books. I still do, even with the patterns. I just have to say that on top of me having a migraine and being sick all week and not reading, I was a little bit tired. There's some recycled plot points, and I'm okay with that. Again, I'm still going to read the rest of her series excitedly, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to tell you guys it's a great book. Unless it's terrible, then I'll tell you, but I doubt it after everything I've read. But because there's so much similarities, my brain started to try to blend all the stories together, and it was kind of overwhelming me, and I needed a little bit of a break for that. So that kind of made me a little mentally tired, but I don't think it's enough to say, hey, this book isn't worth reading. I loved this series. I still love this series. I don't care if the plots are the same. There's still, it's not like it's copy paste on every little thing. I don't feel like it's overwhelmingly the same. There's just some things that you'll see coming. So, you know, there's just things that you expect at this point, but there's still enough, like, there are times where I'm like, yeah, this is definitely gonna happen, and then it doesn't happen, or it does happen, but not in the way I expected. So that's why I don't mind that there's some similarities and there's some repeated patterns, because it's different enough where I'm like, okay, well, I like the way it was executed, but you might not like it. So that's why I'm gonna tell you honestly that that is something that could be worth complaining about. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm a sucker for her books. If you like reverse harem, why choose mystery, action-packed books with 3 very hunky men and one very badass girl? I recommend reading this book. I recommend you reading the series. Start with Aventine University, go to Blackwell Beasts, then Blackwell Bastards, and we are going to start Blackwell Butchers next. It's coming soon, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and happy reading. Bye.